Having political views is literally a trend today, especially left views, but I'm not gonna compare socialism, capitalism, decide what's better. That video is not about that. I've noticed that a big number of people have got keen on politics recently and also started advocating their political views. Twitter and Twitch are the fine samples of that. Especially the huge blow up of popularity of streamer Hasanabi proves it. There's been thousands of hate tweets on his political views and his alleged hypocrisy since the beginning of his streaming career, and Hasanabi fans instead make fun of Republicans and capitalists. So this dispute on political views seems to be a never-ending process on Twitter. So political economy and economics are becoming more and more popular topics to discuss, and even people absolutely clueless about politics are willing to join in this dispute. Let's take Hasanabi fans for example. Of course, out of so many people, there will be definitely viewers who actively endorse socialism, but barely know something about it. All their knowledge is based on what they have heard on stream, and I'm not kidding. For example, whenever Hasanabi explains theory of socialism, even the basics, chat spams, theory time, and people G modes.
Marxism is just a theory on how commodity production works under a capitalist organization of the economy, how we have evolved under the Industrial Revolution and onwards to have our current capitalist production, commodity production, the relationship between those who produce the work, the workers, versus those who profit from the labor that you put in, the bourgeoisie, the capital owners.
And it looks ridiculous. They literally learned the theory of socialism by watching the stream and not by reading the books of Karl Marx. And maybe I sound stupid for a lot of people because I bring up this example with spamming as the evidence. And someone might say that all of that spamming is just for irony and it's all joke, and maybe some percentage of people actually spam this for jokes, but I'm certainly sure that very few amount of people actually read Capital. And I'm not even talking about analyzing it, just about simple reading. And of course I'm not talking about all viewers, but considering how many people, and especially young people, watch Hasanabi, that's a very probable assumption. But don't think that I'm here to hate Hassan. Actually, from my point of view, Hasanabi streams are a wellspring of inspiration for young people to become politicians, economists, to make America great again. And I hope there are some people out of this great number of viewers who decided to study politics because of that. On the other hand, it's easy to find people who actively hate Hasanabi and socialism but don't know a thing about politics. According to recent scandals about Twitch leak and buying a house for $2 million, Twitter experts think that you are not allowed to be rich if you are a socialist in a capitalist world. I don't want to dip into these scandals because it can take a lot of time, but I'll just mention that not all the arguments of Hassan's haters are that dumb. For example, many criticize Twitch streamer for the way he spends his money, not just because he bought a house. They often say, if you had spent this money on charity, that would have been much better. But do you really think that $2 million can make a big difference in popularizing socialism? This is nothing compared to what amount of money relentless businesses earn every day. What I'm driving at is that political science and economics are the real sciences. Yes, this is so obvious, but not all the people take it into consideration. It takes a lot of time and effort to get deep knowledge in that profound disciplines. People spend years at the universities to study them, or you should be a super whip in politics and study it by yourself. Since the very old times, the greatest economists have been burning midnight oil to come up with the best system for humanity. They've been arguing with each other, criticizing opposite theories. But this dispute has never ended. Why? Because the answer hasn't been found yet. And maybe there is no answer. All the political and economic systems that have ever occurred in our history experienced fails and crises. And that proves the complexity of politics and the whole world. How the hell an amateur can be confident about the best system people need? And you might ask me, and what is your suggestion? Are people only allowed to have political views if they're scientists or study politics and economics? No, I believe that having political views, being interested in politics is absolutely fine, and it's also necessary for the society. But unless you purport to be an all-knowing person and lash out at everyone who doesn't share your opinion. And the conclusion of my video seems to be transparent. Why do I even state that fact? They're stupid or quick to judge people. But there is one more thing to consider. Most of these sincere beliefs are the result of youth maximalism, seeing the world only in black and white. And that's why people, especially young people, cannot consider something from all angles. And I hope I could open these people's eyes to that problem. Don't be fully aware of something unless you have deep knowledge about that.
Ow! Oh, I just dropped it on my foot.